My name is John Reid, and I am in the class of 2017.5. I'm graduating in December, not May. I'm spiritually a member of the 2017 class, but not logistically. So I was the youngest child in a big family. I have 4 siblings, and they were all extremely talented and ambitious and engaged. And this was wonderful in a lot of ways because I had a very rich childhood. But it also meant that I found it quite hard to define myself because I just had so many amazing examples around me, and it seems like all of the cool things had been done already. My full name is John Micah Reid. The John was chosen by my dad after my grandfather. But really it was quite an unoriginal name, partly because my sister's name is Joanna, and John is just the male form of Joanna. My middle name is Micah, and Micah was one of the last prophets in the Old Testament. And while I like the name, I'm a bit sad that I didn't get a Zulu middle name, like all of my siblings. Jabulani, Tandiwe, Tamba. My mom later hypothesized that that is why I left South Africa. I didn't have a local name to tie me down and keep me close. While I've lived in a few places, South Africa, Italy, Singapore and China, I think for me the definition of home is where the people that I love are. By that definition, South Africa and Singapore are my homes. So I went to UWC in Italy at the age of 16, but I also got quite into singing. We had a small choir, and it was led by a maestro called Stefano. Stefano was, not only was he, the school music teacher, he was a well-known composer in the region. This was really wonderful because he would organize the most amazing gigs. One week we'd be singing in this tiny old Slovene church for like 12 pensioners, and the next week would be in the city opera hall singing in front of an audience of thousands. So my favorite pieces on the piano are mostly those that I can still remember how to play. Bach's Prelude in C, maybe the Moonlight Sonata. There's a nice prelude by Chopin that I return to quite a lot, which is a dwindling number. In fact, my secret plan is to commit a crime in a Scandinavian country and then get locked up in prison for 6 months to a year. And because they are so nice and compassionate, they'll let me learn a musical instrument, and then I'll get really good at the piano or the guitar. I don't really have much respect for fences and boundaries and trespassing. I think one of my favorite things is to go exploring and see how far I can get. There are a lot of walls in Singapore to jump over, some of which I've jumped over. So my favorite spots in Singapore, they're definitely places in nature, and ideally the more secret the better. So there is an island in a river at the end of West Coast Park that you have to trample through about 30 or 40 meters of jungle to get to, and then swim to the river. But it's this lovely little island. It's a little grove of trees, and sometimes if you're lucky you'll even find a kite in the trees.